Hello and welcome back to GameSpot's coverage of E3 2016. I'm your host, Daniel Dwyer. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Michael Mahardy and Damien Monnie from Projekt Red.
You're getting better
Thank
at
you.
every time.
I'm determined not to get CD Projekt people's names wrong pronunciation.
Martin told well, I think.
I think I was calling Mikkel for a couple of years too. Michał.
Getting there.
And thank you, Eredin from the Wild Hunt, for coming on to talk to us. Wild Hunt leader. That's great. Look at that. You even have a lower third.
The spikes are a bit unfortunate because that's where.
Yeah.
There's room over here if you want.
Yeah, thanks.
It was great to see the side of the Fig being covered in Gwent.
It was,
stuff.
wasn't it?
It hasn't been finished yet.
It is right now, I believe.
Okay, really?
Yes.
Great, just in time.
Takes a while.
For your great unveiling here on the GameSpot stage. Of Gwent.
Of Gwent.
It is a full video game.
Yes.
So before we get into Gwent, can I ask you quickly, you actually made Gwent for The Witcher 3, right? You were part of the team that did it.
Yeah. I designed it with a mate of mine, and then once we had a prototype over a weekend in Post-its,
right?
Because we didn't have long to come up with a prototype, then we enlisted some people that had basically the spare time to make it, because we were very busy with Witcher, and it's a pretty big game, but we knew we wanted this thing, and so we had Jason, who was our coder, and some artists from the marketing department. So yeah, there was basically two of us working on it.
So I guess, you took out Dice Poker out of Witcher 2. You were like thinking of something else to put in there.
Yeah, well, we knew we wanted a card game, because we like card games.
Yeah.
So let's have a card game. No time to design it, so we sort of outsourced some ideas. Came back, not quite what we wanted. So at that point, Adam Badowski, who's the studio director, said, look, we're going to need to upgrade Dice Poker, which was still on. And at that point, I was in his office, and I said, I'm sure we can do better.
We can come up with a card game in a weekend.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly. I had no idea. I was just so upset that we weren't going to get it done. I said, let me do it for you. And he said, fine, it's Friday evening. Come back on Monday morning. That was exactly my laugh. And so I was with Rafa, my mate, and we're like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Right.
And we exited the office, and we're just like in tears. Well, we did it, so we came up with something, the early prototype. And then, because we knew we literally didn't have time, so we made a better prototype and started playing Gwent against some people that we knew the team needed, so coders and so on. And we said, look, do you like this? Do you want this to be in Witcher? If so, then Gwent needs you to work all night long, basically, for this. So.
And you made it happen.
We made it happen. That's the thing. Gwent's always been really special for us. And then after releasing Wild Hunt, we received literally thousands of emails. And no exaggeration, like thousands of emails from fans saying, hey, good game. How about...
standalone.
Yeah.
And it was great. I mean, you had the physical copy as well and the expansion pack as well.
For us, that was it. That was the end. We didn't think... First, we weren't sure that people were going to like it that much, and we liked it. And then for the second expansion, they said, okay, we need more Gwent. I said, okay, I can make a Skellige deck.
Right.
I had it prepared in my head in case, and we did it. A bit OP, but that was a way for us to say, you know what? Goodbye, everyone. We know it's the last one, so here's an OP deck. Have fun with it. And then they said, okay, let's make a proper start.
Well, Eredin's getting a little bit restless here, so I kind of want to get the game started.
You want to get going? All right, with the fat thumbs.
Yeah, it still works. Fair play.
So we actually made an Eredin deck.
Oh, wonderful! Congratulations.
So he's just. So right now we are against Northern Realms. So as you can see, there's quite a few things that changed.
Yes, UI looks a bit
improved, you could
different.
say, but we wanted to keep the core mechanic. For example, 10 cards at the beginning. Definitely redraw there. Yeah, nice one. You got some Wild Hunt Riders there. Now you can redraw up to 3, actually. So we've tweaked a few things. This one is a cool card. This is one of the fans' favorite. Can we have a look at Roach?
Oh, wonderful.
So Roach basically
How'd you
comes
get up
on. You might want to redraw her, because Roach actually comes on whenever a hero card comes on the board.
Okay.
And she will come at a random point on the board. Just like in Witcher.
Yes, perfect.
So Monster versus Northern Realms, looking at 2 different tactics. I know you guys are familiar with Gwent, right? But
well, a lot of the people who are watching on the stream might not be.
If you're not familiar, it's that simple. You've got your army that will go on the battlefield and fight for you. Your army being your deck, being your hand. You get 10 cards at the beginning, and that's going to remain your hand until the end of the whole game. So you have to manage your units. You have to know when to bluff, and the goal is basically to have a higher value than your opponent. I think that's that in a nutshell, basically.
Yeah, one of the wonderful things about this is you know what you have on your deck, and that can change obviously, but you know, there's an element of like sometimes it's even advantageous to sort of intentionally lose one of the rounds, just so you can make sure you're. The amount of times at the start of playing Gwent that I was like, I won the first game, and I was like, yeah, I got like 4 cards left, a nightmare.
Yeah, we really want to make it as expensive for the opponent as possible. So right now, I don't want to say too much because we have someone off screen playing.
Right, yeah.
So I don't want to say what we have in our hand, but because Eredin's French, by the way, if you didn't know.
Oh, parlez-vous français?
Un petit peu, mais he doesn't say anything. He just nods and chokes me. And then, yeah.
Whoa, what you guys do? What you guys do in the hotel after has nothing to do with us here.
La brume. Ouais, vas-y.
So there's also like a single player aspect.
That's right.
To this,
so what we did is, like I said, Gwent has been a special project from the get-go. And when we said, okay, let's make a standalone, unfortunate. A standalone, we basically said, okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it properly. Let's go speak to the lead writer from The Witcher. Are you on board? Do you want to help us come up with some cool stories? Maybe some stories that you hadn't had a chance to tell in The Witcher. Not necessarily Geralt stories, you know. Then we got Mateusz Tomaszkiewicz, lead quest designer.
That's how you say his name.
That's how you say it.
Not Tomaszkiewicz or something.
Yeah. I say it with a French accent. It's not. Sounds better, but it isn't. So he and his team came up with some pretty good quests, I think, for The Witcher. I'm a big fan of their work. So
do you play as Geralt in those, or are you playing as a
in the
random
tutorial
person,
right
or?
now? You will. The stories, not necessarily. It's stories from different point of views. Each faction gets its own sort of epic, 10 hours long.
Oh, wonderful!
It's brilliant. You get this beautiful map that you can explore with your character, and basically every clash, you could say, is resolved through Gwent.
Right.
So
the way it should be.
The way it should be. That's how we do it at work. Whenever someone's upset, we're like, hold on, hold back, give me credit. And so yeah, you interact with things. We wanted some elements from The Witcher that we loved and that the fans loved. So you interact with something, the way you interact with it, maybe like say a ruin. You choose to explore it and interact with people a certain way. You may get a card or a soldier that will join your army, and then you carry on. You might come across a village that's been attacked by the Wild Hunt, so you will maybe start on round 2 with Frost already and some outlet, and it becomes a bit of a puzzle. Here's your hand. How do you beat the guy in, say, X number of moves?
Oh, that's cool. So I guess you're sort of having fun with the balancing within those games.
Absolutely.
In that story mode.
We wanted to not just do a port in multiplayer. We wanted to add this really epic. I hate the word epic. It's being used too much. Do you have another word for epic?
Epic. Come on, writer. Mike Mahardy.
Massive.
Nuanced? No, that's not the same thing.
Let's say massive.
Yeah. Expansive?
Get this massive, expansive single-player campaign.
Marketing the game.
That's why we keep you here, Mike.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think I'm alone in thinking. I mean, in retrospect, I know better, but I don't think I was alone in thinking that you were just pulling Gwent from the game and then you're going to release that as its own standalone thing. But then now you have all these layers. You have an actual story to go along with it. It's like a fully fledged game.
Yeah, we never do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
We've got to draw. I know. Yeah, you guys.
You've played the expansions?
Yes. Yeah, they're quite
20
long.
hours.
Yeah.
It's way more than 20 hours.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Ridiculous. They work you to the bone over there in Warsaw.
We work ourselves to the bone. We do it because we love it. Honestly, I know it sounds like I'm bullshitting, but it's true. We do it because fans give us the energy to just keep going.
And it comes across in the games.
I think so.
So we're in the draw at the moment. This is the final round, I believe.
Yeah, it is the final round. Quite a few cards. He just played a Scorch, a classic. Why would you Scorch? Why?
Look, dude who made the game. It's like you can't just pontificate to everyone who's played it.
It's fine. He plays well. It's the guy off screen. I mean, it's a pretty good move, but you don't Scorch Roach. Bless her. All right, go on.
I mean,
let's try and wrap this up. See who's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean,
go for the riders.
Eredin's not used to losing. I mean,
he's not
losing to Geralt maybe. It's just like,
this isn't creepy.
darn it.
You stuck a nerve with that one. Put your Eredin in the box.
All
right,
I mean, this isn't going too well.
Maybe have a look. I don't know because we only have units anyway. Pop the leader. Pop yourself.
Pop yourself. There you go. That must be particularly
Two
satisfying.
roaches. Both decks had roaches. So, yeah, these decks are sort of. And again, sorry, I don't like to lose when we do a live thing. Nothing scripted. These are. I actually don't know what the other guy has in his hand.
Oh yeah.
The game starts off still very approachable, very simple for people that are new as well to Gwent. But we worked really hard on the curve because originally in Witcher 3 we thought, you know what, if people find or buy cards super OP, just let them have a full hand of hero cards.
Totally.
Heroes are the
Yeah.
Why? Because it's a single player. Geralt, at the end of Witcher 3, you're up here and you're just owning. Same with Gwent. It was a design.
You want to feel
decision.
powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, so we thought it was okay. Obviously now as a multiplayer. Damn it! What have we got? Oh no, that's not good. He's gonna get upset.
So what's happened here for the folks who don't?
Alright, so what's happening is that it's 52 to 19. The opponent's got no cards left, and his leader to use leader ability is sort of this one-off ability you can use once in a match. And Eredin's got 2 cards. May as well play them. So look at what happens. Go. New spies. We've added new spies.
Okay.
Spies are things that... Yes! That is great. We have new spies. Spies are cards that allow you to draw more cards from your deck. Because obviously, like we said, we only get 10 cards at the beginning. So those cards are really, really important. Oh, we've got this. We've got this. I think. Come on, do it. Maybe not. 140 to 19.
That's quite the
That is quite
deficit.
the high value. Yeah, the guy off screen knows what he's doing. And this card is one of the new special cards we have, Wild Hunt Leader. That you know what, you may as well rage quit, man. We have a rage quit. You want to rage quit?
You have a rage quit button?
Yeah, I've got to help him because he doesn't. Wait.
No, don't ruin our set.
Yeah, you can forfeit and rage quit.
I think anything to rage quit when you have spikes on
Unlucky.
your body.
I'm so sorry, Eredin.
Sorry,
you
man.
did such a good job. I mean, who was it that bet you? I mean, there's only ever one person that's ever bet you at any one time.
Let's bring him on.
Oh man, history repeating. Geralt of Rivia, congratulations. Amazing. Yeah, you need to separate these two. Nice work, Geralt. Can I shake your hand, Geralt? All right? Wonderful. All right. Thank you so much. Gwent
you guys.
from Projekt Red. When is it out? When can people play it?
Getting better. No, thanks for having us. You know, we love you guys in the office.
No worries. When can people play it? Gwent.
Sorry.
When's it out?
It's out in September. I got so excited. PlayGwent.com. So it's out in September. Xbox One and PC first. And yeah, please, we need everybody to join and destroy our servers. We made it for you guys, so we need your feedback.
Good stuff.
PlayGwent.com.
Geralt, Eredin, Damien, thank you so much for coming on. We'll be back in a second as long as our set is still here with Kingdom Come Deliverance. So stay around and we'll be back, hopefully, in a minute.
Peace.